Welcome back to Webnation. I'm Maurice Cacho in for Amber MacArthur this week. It's easy to take a lot of good photos, but what do you do when you have a really good one? Well, you can turn it into artwork. You can take something like this and turn it into something like this. I had the chance to go to a high-tech printing facility to watch how these things are made. It's a company called Posterjack, and they can transform their customers' photos into aluminum wall hangings. Let's take a look. You have a digital camera, you're taking lots of photos, possibly neat photos, and you want to do something with them. You're probably printing them off on maybe 4x6s, going a little bigger. But there's a company in Toronto called Posterjack.ca, and they specialize in printing photos on posters, canvases, and now a new material. I'm here with Tim Fott from Posterjack.ca, and you guys are doing metal prints. Tell me about them.
Well, it's an exciting new technology and an innovative product that we just come up with. And, you know, a lot of our customers were thinking, canvas is cool, but what can you do to really turn my photos into something extraordinary? And that's why we developed the metal prints. And what it is printing directly onto a piece of aluminum. It's got a polystyrene core beneath it, or between it, so it's actually a very lightweight but rigid product. It can be used outdoors or inside, and the prints are really vibrant and have a depth like nothing you've seen before.
So tell me a bit more about the material itself and sort of the what is on it and how it makes it strong and rigid.
Okay, so it's actually two pieces of aluminum. And as you can see kind of in the middle, if you zoom into that, there's a polystyrene core. That's that black part in the middle. So it's really rigid. You can't bend it. And it's also lightweight because it's just two thin pieces of aluminum that are on it. And when we print, we prep the surface, the aluminum, and it's ready to handle the ink right from the get-go. It's made for this type of application. So we print right on it with this special ink. And as you can see, the photo turns out really great. The clarity and the colors look perfect. But the interesting part is that anywhere where there's white, we actually don't print. So the metal shines through.
So we're looking at this photo here, and this house is actually white, and there's a lot of snow, but that actually is just the aluminum shining through on there.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I think your eye kind of tricks you into thinking it looks a little more white than the metal behind it actually is. But when you catch things like the accent in this window here, that you can now just see reflecting off the light, at least from my angle right now, it kind of brings it to life and makes it look like it's almost real, and you're actually there looking at little Portugal right now.
We have 4 little holes in the corners. Is that how you hang the photo?
Yeah, that's exactly how we hang it. It's called a standoff system. So you attach it to the wall in all 4 corners, and you can see kind of the little button pieces that are here in this piece behind us.
And because they are relatively light, you can put it on a variety of places. And they're also, tell me about how weatherproof they are. Say if you want to put it outside, inside somewhere where there's going to be a lot of moisture.
Well, the ink is actually done using a UV type of printing technology, which bakes it on. So you can put it indoors or outdoors, no problem at all.
Tell me about the process to get them ready to print. Before you actually start printing them, what do you do to the photo? Anything special?
In terms of your digital photograph, you don't have to do anything special. If you've got a JPEG or a TIFF file, you just upload it to Posterjack.ca. You go through the 3-step process of picking what size you want, the type of product, and then tell us where you want it to ship it. It can be anywhere in Canada, and click go, and that's it. We'll do the rest.
We're in front of 2 really big machines that are responsible for printing these things, and I want to see these things in action. So let's have a look. All right, so now we're in front of the giant printer, which also has a name.
The name is the Arizona 350 GT.
So right now it's going across, it's spitting on the ink, and then what's that light doing right now?
That light is a very hot UV lamp, and that's curing and baking the ink right onto the metal so that you really can't scratch it off and it's going to stay on there.
It's a pretty resilient print, but I guess you don't want to be putting it, somewhere that's going to be easily scratched, right?
No, I mean, you don't want to be scratching it with keys or anything like that, but in terms of like wiping it off with Windex or water or anything like that, that's not a problem at all. Like it's a pretty durable print.
So it's printing, is it 3 different images right now or 2?
Yeah, it's printing 3 different images, and what we do is we lay out, kind of like Tetris, all the different images to fit onto this 4x8 sheet, and then we print the whole sheet and then cut all the individual pieces out.
And how long is it going to take to print this? Because it's taking its time.
Yeah, it's going pretty slow. It's the setting on the machine. When we're printing photos like this, we have to do it on the highest quality setting, so it'll take about 20 to 25 minutes before this thing is done, and we can move on to the next step of doing all the cutting.
Neat. All right, let's let it do its thing and not look at the light because it's not that great for you. So after a few short minutes, this machine behind me finished printing the prints, and now it's time for this guy to start cutting them out.
Okay, so this is the Osei Zune. It's a laser CAD cutting machine, and the first thing it's going to do is go and find the little dots that got printed so it knows where to go, and then it's going to start printing out the little holes on every corner of the art pieces. After that, it's going to go and cut them all out with laser precision. It's pretty cool. Check it out.
And what does it use to cut it? Is it just like a little drill?
There's different bits that it can change in there, so there's drills, and there's also little routers. And so it changes between the two of them when it goes down and does it. This is just like a little minor drill that goes first, and then it comes and routes it out after.
Neat. So that's posterjack.ca.